Yo, what's up guys? You got PokeaimMD here with another competitive Pokemon Sun and Moon moveset video, guide, analysis, whatever you want to call it. This time we're going to be talking about Swellow. Now before we get into this video, I just want to say if you missed any of my previous moveset video guides where I talked about pretty much every single Sun and Moon Pokemon, there is a playlist down below. I encourage you to go and check that out. Also feel free to follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Those links are down below. Great place to stay up to date with me and to know when I stream or to follow me when I stream. Now, Swellow is a Pokemon that with Sun and Moon has received a buff. Previously its special attack stat was 50. With Sun and Moon it's now 75. That makes Swellow a lot stronger. It might not seem that too much because with a neutral nature it's only 249 special attack, but couple that with the strong 140 base power boom burst. That's before stab, it's 140 base power, and Scrappy, a great ability which allows its normal type attacks and fighting type attacks to hit ghost types. Swellow is a threat. It has high base speed, base 125, and below average defenses and special defense. But base 75 special attack is actually nothing to laugh at with Boom Burst. So the first set that we have is the Choice Spec set, which abuses that new base 75 special attack stat, and Scrappy. The set runs Boom Burst, U-Turn, Heat Wave, and the last move can either be Air Slash, Sleep Talk, or Hidden Power Grass. Air Slash, of course, being your flying stab, good versus fighting types, grass types. Sleep Talk is nice if you want to absorb Spore from Pokemon like Amoonguss, Shiinotic, just going for a Spore or Sleep Powder. And then Hidden Power Grass allows you to hit the rock types like Rhyperior and Rhydon that Swellow otherwise doesn't hit for super effective damage with Boom Burst, U-Turn, and Heat Wave. Now, you can either run Naive or Timid. Naive obviously boosts U-Turn's power, does more damage to Pokemon like Celebi in the tier of RU, which we're going to be mainly talking about. But I think Swellow is one of those birds that can function in either RU or UU just because of the increase in special attack. I actually show you a few calcs right now. This is Boom Burst, Specs Boom Burst versus Alomola. Does 59 to 70%. That is a guaranteed 2-hit KO after leftovers recovery. This is Boom Burst versus 0 HP Metagross. Metagross takes 43 to 50% from Specs Boom Burst. Granted, Specs Heat Wave, obviously, it's super effective. Does 78 to 92% to 0 HP Metagross. But the fact that Metagross actually goes down to 2 Boom Bursts after Spike is huge. This means that Pokemon that could normally check this mon can't as well. As they could have previously. Another calc that I thought was pretty cool was the fact that you can get rid of Entei after Stealth Rock, doing 81 to 95% to Entei. So with Stealth Rock up, Entei goes down. Now, this is just to show you a comparison with base 75 special attack, just show you how much of a difference it is. This is Swellow and Sun and Moon. With 50 base special attack. Not Sun and Moon, excuse me, X and Y, doing 64 to 76%. So you barely KO'd if Stealth Rock were up. Most of the time you were not KOing even if Stealth Rock were up. However, in this generation, you're always KOing with Stealth Rock, doing 81% minimum. A few other Pokemon, there actually should have been a calc here. I apologize. I think I accidentally closed it. But Pokemon such as Rhyperior take 31 to 37%, which is also why you have Hidden Power Grass as an option. Hidden Power Grass with Specs does 2-hit KO. Spadef Rhyperior. But though with Boom Burst and Spike Up, you can 3-hit KO. Without Spike, though, without Stealth Rock, it is a 0% chance of 3-hit KO. But it just shows to show that Swellow is one of those Pokemon, much like Exploud. Just think of Exploud with a lot of speed and the ability to use U-Turn. Obviously, it's not as strong as Exploud, but that speed stat is huge. Base 125, 383 speed allows you to outspeed Pokemon like Alakazam and Pokemon below that. Basically, extremely fast, Mienshao, all very fast threats in the tier. You're just outsped by Crobat though, unfortunately. And Crobat should be running enough speed for Swellow because Specs Boom Burst is nothing to laugh at. But basically the set is Boom Burst, U-Turn, Heat Wave, Air Slash, Sleep Talk, or Hidden Power Grass. Personally, I prefer Air Slash. I don't like running Sleep Talk on the set because most of the time I do want Boom Burst. I don't think it's a Pokemon that I've actually ran Sleep Talk on with Choice Specs that I think abuses it really well is Tornadus Therian form, but that's because its special attack stat is very high and has Regenerator. Whereas for Swellow, I much rather just have Boom Burst coming out. But Sleep Talk isn't bad because the Sleep users, the grass types, are all hit for super effective damage or strong damage with Boom Burst. So Hidden Power Grass again allows you to deal with Pokemon like Rhyperior. Now, next one abuses its second ability, which is Guts. Now, with the burn nerf in Pokemon Sun and Moon, Guts is actually not bad. You can actually afford to run Flame Orb. For those that might say in the comment section, oh, but doesn't a burn lower your attack? Not on Guts users. I've been seeing these comments for years, ever since I started YouTube, even before, just in threads and stuff and forums. No. If you are burnt but you have the Guts ability, the attack stat, it's doesn't care. You still get your Guts boost. Ignores burn having physical damage. It's literally right here. So 85 base attack is nothing to laugh at, and again that speed is great. So you're gonna go with a Jolly Nature. Flame Orb is great because you're only taking 6% per turn. Whereas previously Toxic Orb might have been used because for the first few turns Toxic Orb takes less damage than Flame Orb would take. So Facade is your stab normal type attack. Its power is doubled if this user is burnt, poisoned, or paralyzed. So from 70 base power it becomes 140 base power before stab. Brave Bird is your stab flying type attack. Being able to cover, of course, fighting types, grass types in general. U-turn gives you momentum. Now the last move, it depends if you're using it. If you're using an RU, you can run Steel Wing. Steel Wing allows you to hit Diancie, which is in that tier, 4 times effective damage, boosted by Guts, which is pretty much a choice band boost. Quick attack is priority if you need to pick off a weakened Pokemon that might be faster, like a weakened Crobat that's at about 25%, or maybe an Absol that's very low and you don't want it to go for Sucker Punch and knock you out. And another option is, of course, Protect. Protect lets you activate your Guts right away because, of course, when you come in, you don't if you send out Swellow in the beginning of the turn has to go by before you get your Flame Orb activated. Now, a tip for using Swellow, especially if you're using this one over the Choice Specs set. I think Choice Specs is great, but if you're using the Guts attacker, definitely bring it in on Pokemon that you scare out. That's just how you should be using Pokemon anyway, but with this one specifically, because you want your Flame Orb activated, bring it on a Pokemon like, when a turn goes down, bring it in on a Pokemon like Celebi, because you scare out Celebi. You threaten it with U-turn, you threaten it with Brave Bird, and then just go for Brave Bird or go for Facade even before you get your Guts boost activated. That way you can get that insured Guts boost, or you bring it in with slow U-turns, Volt switches, or on a double, get your Flame Orb. A few other options it does have. Work Up is pretty cool. Maybe you can use like a mix set with Brave Bird, Boom Burst, Heat Wave. Toxic is a decent option to be able to wear down bulky ground types, bulky rock types specifically. Pursuit can be used versus ghosts, but I'm not really a big fan of that because Boom Burst with Scrappy hits ghost types anyway, but you do scare out a few ghost types like Miss Magius, Chandler if it's low enough and you already know that you are you already know that they're not Choice Scarf. Hurricane is also an option. The only reason Hurricane isn't on the Choice Spec set is because Hurricane is illegal with Heat Wave, and you need Heat Wave to be able to hit Steel types like Registeel, like a Scavalier, like Metagross. So that's the only reason why Hurricane isn't on that set. And Life Orb is also another option. You could use Tailwind as well, maybe on the spec set. Instead of using Air/Sleep Talk or Hidden Power Grass, you can put Tailwind as that. That way, maybe not for this Pokemon, but before you go down, you are fast, 33, so most of the time you will be able to get off that Tailwind and then help another teammate sweep because of that. Speaking of teammates, we have a few options right here. Steel types are great. They resist the ice type attacks coming out at Swellow. They take the rock type attacks coming at Swellow. Klefki is a great partner, providing paralysis support, providing spikes. That way Boom Burst does damage. You already saw how much Boom Burst does. Spike support is great. It's the difference between Swellow to it KOing some steel types like Metagross and then obviously not. Donphan resists the rock type attacks and takes the electric type attacks. Can rapid spin away Stealth Rock, which of course threatens Swellow, as well as get up Stealth Rock for Swellow, and can also take on bulky steel types like Metagross, which is also a good partner, but Donphan can help take that on. Metagross is a great partner, provides Stealth Rock, provides resistance to ice, resistance to rock type attacks. Can also weaken bulky steel types like opposing Metagross or Registeel with Earthquake respectively. Has Grass Knot to lure Pokemon like Rhyperior for Swellow. Mienshao and Rotom Cut are both very good partners on a Volt Turn type of core. Mienshao gets rid of steel types and rock types, which Swellow sometimes has trouble with, whereas Rotom gets rid of rock types while also providing electric resistance. And also, again, having that leaf, that stab, grass type attack, that leaf storm, to be able to deal with the fat rock types like Rhyperior and Rhydon that could deal with Swellow, as well as Diancie. Swampert is a great stealth rocker, obviously resistant to rock, obviously immune to electric, so it's a great partner. However, I'm not quite sure how long it'll be in the RU tier, so another partner over Swampert could be Nidoqueen. It's still a stealth rocker, it gets up T-Spikes, gets up Stealth Rock, and is also immune to electric and resistant to rock. So they're all great partners for Swellow. All in all, Swellow I think is a great Pokemon this generation, whether it be in RU or UU. And I definitely encourage you to use it in either of those tiers. I think it's not outclassed at all in the UU tier. With a Choice Specs and Boom Burst, it's stronger than Mega Pidgeot. So its Boom Burst is stronger than Mega Pidgeot's Hurricane. Just to show you, like with 75 special attack, you might think, oh man, that's nothing, but it is stronger. But in any case, guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Feel free, of course, to subscribe. You can leave a like if you did enjoy. And I'll see you guys later today with the Swellow Showcase. Goodbye, friends.